Hi, I'm Wilson Hand, and I will be discussing the principles of freedom and liberty. I believe freedom is not just about an economic system that produces wealth, but rather a universal truth that is objectively evident. Freedom is an innate right. I read 3 books to explore the topic of freedom. I first read Ayn Rand's Anthem, George Orwell's dystopian 1984, and lastly Charles Dickens' A Tale of Two Cities. Plato says that we all live in a cave and cannot know reality. This picture represents Plato's view of reality. Only certain people with the most enlightened view should make all of the decisions for the other people who do not have an enlightened enough perspective to make accurate and good choices for themselves. Aristotle's view of reality says that each person has the capacity to reason for himself. Therefore, the purpose of reality is to lead us, the individual, to flourishing and fulfillment. So the question now is, what leads to flourishing and fulfillment? Aristotle and other similar philosophers like Ayn Rand argue that self-interest is not only about acquiring the most wealth, possessions, and luxury, but rather through reason we can determine morality, or in other words, choose our own path that we believe will lead to purpose, meaning, and flourishing. Likewise, as people act in their best interest, laws are formed to protect life, liberty, and freedom. This means what's in my best interest is others' best interest. To only live life for physical pleasure, one becomes like the animals. Reason is what allows human beings to create and choose their own existence. Therefore, through reason, we can philosophically conclude that truth will never be fully understood or comprehended. This provides us with the ability to analyze evidence and choose a view of morality either most fitting or, quote, compelling. As is counterintuitive as it may seem, self-interest allows us to be selfless. For example, innate freedom and individual potential can be metaphorically compared to animals in captivity versus in the wild. In captivity, animals are basically denied all natural instinct and are only alive for others' selfish needs and desires. The animal's function and primitive instincts are replaced with artificial purposes that destroy the animal's psychological and physical health. By denying the animal freedom, the animal's identity is stripped away. However, wild animals are free to make choices in the best interest of survival. The fittest and most animals survive by following natural instinct. By allowing reality to govern and set objective truths, animals are incentivized to reach maximum potential. Furthermore, successes and failures, life and death, shape natural selection, which celebrates positive traits necessary to survival and eliminates poor qualities and behaviors. Freedom allows wild animals to fulfill their purpose and contribute to their reality. Free animals inherit an identity through their design and reality. Like animals, humans possess an inherent design and physical reality. However, human morality is observably different from animals. Though humans' beliefs about ultimate truth and morality may differ, natural or basic rights to individualism, freedom, liberty, and life still exist in an observable reality otherwise known as science. In addition, humanity is lost once innate human individualism is suppressed. Collectivist societies neglect human nature and enforce ideologies upon individuals without choice. By abolishing free thinking and rationality through force, true existence is subsequently erased. However, unlike caged animals, the human spirit has the capacity to become self-conscious. Individualism and freedom will always fight because the collective mind is non-existent. Like wild animals, we must continually hunt and pursue truth. True existence is refined and cultivated through consequence of choice or humanity's natural selection. Capitalism most effectively harnesses human nature by rewarding innovation and superior product while also encouraging win-win transactions of scarce resources with alternative uses. Now let's look at relevant political topics and influential philosophies. Free speech, individual rights, government regulation, government programs, and trade are all important issues that must be assessed through the lenses of freedom and liberty. Political and economic decisions should be viewed in terms of the incentives it creates rather than the simple goals they pursue. Consequences matter more than intentions. Government has a role, however, any act outside of its duty and commitment to protecting freedom and liberty, in my opinion, is immoral. Arguing for liberty is a much more powerful method when debating politics because once these principles are committed to heart, a much more clear perspective on politics and life is achieved. The United States of America will forever be a shining symbol of freedom and liberty. We must protect and defend our rights. My prayer is that we never take for granted the freedom our forefathers died for, and that we always honor ourselves and God by the way we live our lives. Thank you.